What is your opinion on socialized health care?
On a hot summer day,
I do believe we need a healthcare system that does cover everyone.
there are no burgers and brats here, but rather a different type of grilling.
There's no price transparency in the delivery of medical care.
The three candidates for the 6th congressional seat face their toughest test yet. Caroline, Jackson, Luke, Bruin, Ella, Adam, Josie, Braden, Estella, and Mac. 10 teens, all from the South Sound, who have spent their summer break preparing for this.
What would you change about taxes?
I firmly believe it's not a revenue issue, it's a spending issue.
We need to be putting strict things in place that are going to avoid or prevent the tax fraud that we have seen.
The Trump tax cuts on the really wealthy and big businesses are about to expire. And so I think it's our duty to make sure that we don't renew those tax cuts.
Democrats Emily Randall, Hilary Franz, and Republican Drew MacEwen all want to fill the vacated congressional seat and were asked about their priorities.
So I am Luke.
With a group of these teens preparing to vote for the first time.
Please list your 3 most important issues.
So I'll say first off, climate change every single day.
The economy, inflation has just eroded family savings.
Abortion rights and reproductive health care access is at the top of my list.
What future steps at a national level do you see fit to further improve our current climate crisis?
Some of the largest polluters in the world are outside the United States, and we give them most favored trade status as nations. And if we're going to be serious about this, we need to end doing that.
It's an existential threat on, our communities and our planet.
We also have to rapidly decarbonize, and especially our energy grid.
How do you plan to address national inflation?
I think we have to look at costs that are rising not only because of independent market forces, but by corporate decisions.
I think the things that we must be doing first is increasing our investment in economic development.
The federal government needs to get back to having a budget and to address many of the issues that are in there, whether it's our deficit spending or the actual national debt.
The students,
My name is Ella.
were struck by the idea that 2 Democrats and a Republican could have a cordial conversation about the direction of the country.
I feel like a lot of times politics can be seen as extreme on both sides, but it was really cool to see that that's not always the case.
I got to see a different side of politics that I never knew was possible.
I think it did give me a lot of clarity on what I should be looking for in a candidate when I'm voting.
I think I have a pretty good idea on who I'd want to vote for or who I'd want to win.
I think it's good to know the candidates on a personal level and being able to connect with them in person instead of just seeing how they're interpreted through the news, because that can be really negative or super one-sided.
Getting to engage with these local politicians and learn about our political system has in a way empowered me.
I have gained respect for all 3 of these candidates, which is something I honestly was not expecting going into this.
As a 17-year-old from the household who doesn't speak of politics a lot, I've learned a lot about how both our federal and state government works, and that's been really enlightening to me. And a lot of people just vote down party lines, and I think it's important that they have the same values that you do and you agree with the opinions they have.
I think my biggest piece of advice would be to really research the candidate and not just follow, the bandwagon.
A summer project that may have changed a few young minds and votes in what could be a close primary election.